right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, good morning everybody. We are back here for another weather video. Let's go ahead and jump into it here as we take a look at the current picture of the radar. We had a lot of severe weather yesterday, and last night we had severe weather, and all of that activity has since now faded away. The remnants of it, that's what's left, is in Minnesota here. As you can see, St. Cloud area, Minneapolis, over into southwestern Minnesota, just some general rain showers. So that activity has faded out. So, but yeah, it was a rough night of weather yesterday, last night, into this morning. It was a rough patch of weather. We had severe weather all day yesterday, all evening, into the overnight. Luckily, though, there was no tornadoes, no tornado warnings, nothing like that. Just all severe thunderstorm warnings for 60 to 70 mile per hour winds and quarter to golf ball, $half sized hail. And then as we take a look here, current radar picture for the Sioux Falls area. Again, as you can see, there is not much happening here. I mean, just some rain showers that'll pass through. But yeah, I mean, really just that's kind of what we're looking at here this morning. So that's good news. Now, if we take a look at the temperature map, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this. We are off to a good start in terms of temperatures. We have some nice temperatures right now. We have 75 right now in Sioux Falls. We have 73 in Brookings, 73 in Mitchell. Up in the northeast, 70 in Aberdeen and Sisseton. 75 in Pierre, 75 in Rapid City, 75 in Spearfish, 66 in Buffalo. And then down into Nebraska, 81 in Norfolk, 79 in North Platte, 75 in Scottsbluff, 82 in Omaha. Into Iowa here, 82 in Des Moines, 81 in Fort Dodge, 79 in Waterloo, 82 in Storm Lake. And then in Minnesota, rain-cooled air, 70 in St. Cloud, 72 in the cities, 73 in Marshall, and 73 in Rochester. So as we go through the day, it is going to turn hot again. We are going to see warm and humid weather returning to the forecast today. So we'll get to that story and more, and the severe weather chances. But first, let's hear a brief word now from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
All right, so as we take a look at our severe weather risk, as you can see here, we have our slight risk in yellow, which is for Aberdeen, Pierre, and Rapid City areas. Western, central, northeastern South Dakota, as you can see there. Pretty big risk, mainly just for South Dakota. Looks like this is strictly a South Dakota event today. Sioux Falls is in the marginal risk, the green, level 1 out of 5 there, the less risk than the slight. So our main focus today will be on this slight risk area in yellow. That's our greatest area for severe weather potential. But if you look at the tornado risk, it is not there anymore. They did get rid of the tornado risk, so that is good news. But there's your hail risk, mainly out west here as the storms initially fire up. Western South Dakota, Rapid City, Belle Fourche area, mainly there for that hail. And then for the rest of us, there's you can see the wind risk there for Aberdeen, Mulbridge, Pierre, Rapid City. And then as we take a look at your risk tomorrow, we have a marginal risk, and it's same areas: Sioux Falls, Aberdeen, Pierre, Rapid City. Marginal risk there, and then into Iowa and southern Minnesota. There's your marginal risk for severe weather. So we do have that in the forecast. No tornado risk, but there is some small hail risk there, and then some strong gusty winds. There is the risk on Sunday, tomorrow. And then after that, Monday, as you can see here, same areas: Rapid City, Pierre, western South Dakota, central South Dakota, and then southeastern South Dakota. Sioux Falls once again included. So Sioux Falls for the next 3 days is going to be in this marginal risk for severe weather. So it means that there's a chance of severe weather, but it is unlikely and it's a low chance. But it is there. Northeastern Nebraska, northern Iowa, southern Minnesota included in that as well. And then after that, we are not seeing any risks yet. That could change in the coming days, but we do not see any risk after that. But again, today is mainly the strongest risk that we have, which again, that's a slight risk. But a lot of these events this year, I've noticed, have been in slight risks. So you got to take this seriously. This is still a slight risk, level 2 out of 5, that we need to be monitoring very closely. We need you guys to be weather aware today, especially in these areas, as most likely will probably be a watch issued later today for these areas, and probably going to see severe weather more than likely. It's been that kind of a year. I've noticed it's been a very active severe weather year, and unfortunately it is continuing. So let's run to the models now. I want to go ahead and show that to you guys. Okay, so as we play this out for you guys, this is kind of the current picture. And again, this activity here, the rain showers expected to fade away. And then as we get towards later today, as you can see out west there, eastern Wyoming, southeastern Montana into western South Dakota, there is your next chance for thunderstorms. As you can see there, this evening out in western South Dakota, panhandle of Nebraska, that is what we're looking at for this thunderstorm activity. And again, these storms more than likely could end up being severe, as we have that slight risk, as you can see there, as I showed before. And then these storms will continue overnight across western South Dakota, and then eventually overnight in the Mulbridge area. I think Mulbridge is a target area for severe weather tonight, if this scenario plays out. And then Aberdeen as well overnight. So that is another scenario. So it does look like Sioux Falls more than likely will skip out on this event. This really isn't a Sioux Falls event. Now, as we continue to play this out for you, as you look at tomorrow, this is tomorrow's outlook here. Forecast model showing rain showers, isolated thunderstorms in eastern South Dakota. Sioux Falls would be included in this if this scenario plays out, as you can see there. That would be interesting there. And then these would continue to push off to the east, and more activity forming in Nebraska and western South Dakota. And then by the evening, southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, Nebraska, western South Dakota there, thunderstorm activity. And then Sunday night might linger out here in these areas in southern Minnesota, southeast South Dakota, Sioux Falls area, Iowa. So that is the latest thinking according to the latest short-term model run, the HRRR. Now, let's look at temperatures. It is going to be a warm day out there. Today we are going to be in the upper 80s to low 90s for a lot of us, maybe even some mid-90s, maybe even triple digits in north central Nebraska. That would be interesting there. And then for your day tomorrow, temperatures once again in the 80s and 90s for our area. Another warm day tomorrow. And then Monday, same thing. We're going to warm up again. Now if we take a look at I want to look at the European model. And as we play this out again by tomorrow, or by Monday, 80s and 90s once again in the forecast, maybe some 70s in northeast South Dakota. And then on Tuesday, 80s back in the forecast, as you can see there. Next week looks to be a little bit cooler. We're going to end up cooling off a little bit next week, which is about normal for this time of the year. Yeah, low 80s is about normal for mid-August. 80s and 90s there in the forecast, and then this upcoming Thursday, 80s and 90s again. That's kind of the theme of this forecast. And then quick peek at late next weekend and next weekend. I know everybody wants to know about that. It does look, we could see some warmer temps back into the 90s by Friday the 22nd. And then a week out from today, 70s and 80s look to be in the forecast. So we might have, Friday might be one last like really hot day, and then we'll cool back down a little bit. It looks like back into the 70s and low 80s. So it does look like next weekend is going to be a nice weekend of nice weather, of 70s to low 80s. So again, it does look like next weekend looks to be a nice forecast. But that could always change. Model runs change. But that is what the current thinking is. Now, if we look at I want to go a little bit longer range here. I know we're jumping models here. I want to jump towards Monday night. As you can see here, possibly some more thunderstorm activity. As you can see here, northeast Nebraska and then northwest South Dakota. And then kind of going through central South Dakota there overnight into Nebraska. And then by Tuesday afternoon, mainly a Nebraska thing. Dry in our area. Same with Wednesday, looks to be dry. Thursday, same thing, looks to be dry. Now, Thursday night and Friday morning, more thunderstorm activity here, north central South Dakota. That could be a little bit more organized and into eastern South Dakota there by Friday morning. That looks to be another shot there. So, looks like we're going to get a few days of a break after, basically after today and tomorrow. We'll maybe some activity on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday looks dry now, and then Friday looks dry for the most part. I'll go again Thursday night into Friday morning. Thunderstorms possible there. So that is the latest here from T-Storm Chasers. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give it a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more content. We'll be back for another weather video. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We're always active on those. Be sure to check those out for more information. Have a great day out there. Stay safe as always.